So, welcome here to Stedham, and it is Gaston taking on Akasha. We have come down here at speed from 2 games up earlier, Guards and at Knoll Farm. Really good couple of games. I had the pleasure to bring you Fern Park in a really closely contested, tight game against Shoreline, and my co-commentator Carl, who is on. He was with Dubai, and a big victory against Ojo Caliente.
Yeah, thanks very much, John. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the St. Regis British Open for the Cowdrey Gold Cup. We are here, as John said, live at Stedham for Akasha versus Gaston. Lots of horsepower coming to the field. We were just talking about horses. We got distracted. So many horses coming to the field. Big games we had, yeah, Dubai. Dubai had a good win, a very good win over Ojo Caliente at Guards. And then, John, you were at Knoll Farm. We had 2 games live streaming, which was fantastic. Fern Park versus
Shoreline.
Shoreline,
Your dark horses for the tournament,
there you
Carl.
go, my dark horses. 1 goal in it. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's
1 goal in it. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dubai definitely through and winning lots. And then Fern Park did a good job as well. We are here, Gaston, as we said. They won their first game against Jerengiri, 12-10. And second game they lost against Black Bears, 10-13, unfortunately. So they've won 1 and they've lost 1. So this is a real important match for Gaston. And Akasha, well, they've won all their games so far. They won 14-11 versus White Crane, my favourite scoreline, because they went and did it again, 14-11 again versus Signat Segavas. And then they went 11-9, so there was still an 11 in there. 11-9 versus Jerengiri. Pablo scored 11 goals in the first match, 10 goals in the second match, and 7 goals in the third match. And that is why he is leading goal scorer of the tournament so far. His best chukker, or their best chukker, was chukker 3 in that last match against Jerengiri. And they led for about 58% of the game. And it was a comfortable win against them. They're Group B. They've won all their matches, all 3, and it's a strong side. But so is Gaston. And today we've got Gonza Ferrari. He's going to be coming in at the number 2 position. We can see him there on the live stream, just about to mount up onto his horse, Emily. And he is filling in for Pelon. Pelon is nearly quite there. He's not quite there yet, but he's hopefully going to be there soon playing. But just at the moment, substitution-wise, we've got Gonza back in. We had Juan Britos, and now Gonza has come back in to help Mr. Ferrari. Let's have a look at the lineups for both teams so you can see on the live stream. Let's start with Gaston first. Jean-Paul Luxtic of 0 goals. Gonzalo Ferrari, 7 goals at number 2. Beltran Laule, he's playing in 3 today, 7 goals. And Cruz Heggie at the back. So we've got 3 really nice, balanced 7-goal players making up a 22-goal side against Alexandra Garese. 0 goals. Facundo Fernandez Chedente, 7 goals. Pablo is out there. McDonough, 9 goals. And Santiago Laborde, 6 goals. So a 22-goal side. Akasha winning all 3 matches, looking super strong. And our umpires out there today are Gaston Lacedo, Chris Hyde, and Peter Wright is up on the 3rd man position. And there is There's Chris Hyde. Yeah, Peter Wright is up in the 3rd man. And there's Mr. Gilmore down in the side having a chat, Jim, to the umpires. So, lots of horses coming to the field. We were just chatting to Gaston Laule about certain horses that will be coming out with Beltran. He's got some seriously mounted horses. He has, honestly, some really good horses, courtesy of many people, but very much his dad providing such a good platform for him. Cruz Heggie got 5 goals in the last match. He was 5 goals in the last match, and he got MVP in the first match. He scored 9 goals in the first match. 18 seconds they got their first goal in their first match, and 1 minute 20 seconds they scored their first goal in the second match. Nice interesting stat for you. 58% of the game they led second match, but they actually won their first match against Jerengiri. They only led for 32% of the game. Now let's look at the stats. League table is on there. Who is at the top of Group D and E? Sujan Indian Tigers. They sit at the top, having played 2, won 2, lost nothing. So they are up the top with 4. But behind them at the moment, La Hechicera is also up there with 4 points. They've played 2, they've won 2. They're sort of sitting in second at the moment. La Dauphine Marquès de Riscal, they lost 1, so they sit there in third. UAE are sitting in fourth, Kazakh in fifth. Jindal Steel, they're not having a good one. They have played 2 and they haven't won any as yet. They're in 6th. Park Place are at the bottom. Not a good run for Park Place. They didn't have a particularly great Queen's Cup and they didn't have a great Gold Cup so far. Now, as it stands, if you look at that, Akasha for Group B, Group C, they sit at the top as it stands. That is now live before this match, and Gaston are in third position if it is as it is. Now, if Gaston win, they're going to shove up the table. If Akasha lose, they're going to come down. So Akasha in front, Black Bears are in second. Black Bears definitely looking super strong. 3 Gaston, 4 Signet Segavas, 5 White Crane, and 6 and 7 is Gerengiri and Valhalla at the bottom. Chukka 1, Gaston. Let's have a look. Jean-Paul Luxic on Reina. Beltran Laule on Bondi Beach. And that is Oriental Bondi Beach. And then Cruz Hegi on Oregia. And Gonza Ferrari is on Emily. And Oriental Bondi Beach came over from Argentina a few years ago. Oriental, Pelon, and it is looking great out there. So we're away, John, joining me, John Kent. As we said, we're both here. We've had a whistle straight away. And we'll have a look at the Akasha horses really quickly. Padestida for Alexander Garese. And Flow is coming out on Irerita, Nairobi. Baku is coming out on Calabria. And Santiago Laborde on Elegida. Right, John. Really important for both of these matches, for both of these teams, for this match. All to play for.
Yeah, Kasha, they are through, but the league standing, it is super important, and you're going to see the momentum as well with Pablito McDonough. It was no mistake that the 4 teams and 4 semi-finalists up in Queens were undefeated to that stage, so that's the bar that is set as McDonough makes his way towards the goal. Heggie's got to get back, he's not going to reach that, and Pablo, all tournament. He has just looked so easy and so at comfort on the ball.
Yeah, really, really good. He is Mr. Top Goal Scorer, and he just gives that a little tap, and it just seems to run in. He sees that foresight, he sees that gap, and straight away Pablo on Elenita Nanobi whacks that one straight in. So it's all going to be the goal scoring. He is the goal scoring machine. But Gascon, they've won 1, they've lost 1. They were pretty strong against Black Bears. They only came behind by 3.
Ball back in play, and Cruz Hegi. I love this horse or here. He always comes out quick. They were quick. They lost against Black Bears, as you mentioned, Carl, but they flew out to a 5-goal-to-1 lead. And a lot to do with that day was the speed in which Cruz Hegi is able to come through from the back. Now, though, we see a Kasha. Oh, good play there by Jean-Paul Luxic, getting a hook on Fernandez Llorente, and it's going to spin round now. Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari, don't think just because he's here replacing Polon, he's not used to it. He played the Queen's Cup with them. He was with Gaston last year, so he's very familiar with the organisation.
Yeah, it's been great to have him back. So Juan Britos has been subbing in a little bit for him, but he's obviously the main man for Sujan Indian Tigers, and they're doing very well at the moment. It was fine in some earlier matches, but obviously times and schedules and things like that. We've got Gonza Ferrari coming in to help out. So ball will be brought back in off the back line with Laborde. Santiago Laborde trying to find Pablo, and on Mr. Smooth, Ilinita Nairobi on this chestnut white blaze. He's just so calm and just wants the momentum to go his way. He's really controlling the game from the offset. Nobody on him there. Look at that. Takes a massive space. He's completely on his own there, John.
Well, it was great work being done probably off the camera by Alexandre Garese and Fernandez Llorente, allowing Pablo, who leaves it, for Laborde. Laborde, it's the Kasha side. They were Lamac, Delane. They were the same lineup, so another side who know each other very well in the past as it comes out now to the right-hand side, and it's going to be here with Ferrari. Look for Beltran Laule, the speed. We spoke about his horses. We're going to speak more about them as the game goes on as well, but the pass not quite there. Through comes Hegi as it eventually falls with a foul for Pablo McDonough.
So Pablo tries to go for the backhand. He goes for a backhand as the Gaston players coming down the line. They take the ball over there, and they're going to put it in favour of Gaston by the looks of it. So they'll redress back. Gaston. They're one of the most interesting teams, though, I think, this year in the Gold Cup. They combine, got a lot of South American flair. They've got enormous, they've got experience here at Cowdrey. They've got Cowdrey roots, basic great trippets, Gaston. It's a side that knows his ground, knows the conditions. These players know. They had their first high goal run a couple of years ago, and that is a nice goal taken by Gaston. They convert that. That's not often you see Pablo have an infringement of play there, but early days as they canter back. But yeah, they've got a few years now in the high goal. They won the Trippets in 2025, didn't they, against UAE? They won that Trippets challenge and won. They were having a great season. Made the Trippets final again this year, didn't they, John?
Yeah, they did, and they came up against Laetschisera on that day. Yeah. I mean, that was a insight to how that Laetschisera team were going to take all before them in the Queens. But anyway, they did look good. They had a good tournament, particularly the speed of Beltran Lale. The disruption with Pelon Sterling has obviously had an impact, but in Gonzalo Ferrari, Juan Britos, they've certainly kept the momentum going and still very much in with a shout of progressing. But they've got to do some defending here, or they were going to, as it pops up over the boards.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just bumps that over the boards. So it'll be a drop ball to Gaston. Cruz Heggie at the back on Ogia. He has changed. He's changed onto a nice little black mare.
I wonder if this is Open Oriental. Not Open Oriental. It's the Open horse that Beltran came flying out the other day on Carl.
Yes.
It's here with Open Creativa, I think it is. So it's here now with Heggie. Leaves the ball behind. And here again with Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari behind him there is McDonough. Ferrari spins it round, takes it back towards his own 60. Good bump there. Nice defensive play. In comes Laule and in comes Ferrari. And that's where this Gaston team are really impressive. It's going to be Gonzalo Ferrari with the score and the turnaround. There's the scoreboard. 2-1.
You had to think about that one, didn't you? 2-1. Nice though from Gonza. Really nice. Seems a nice balanced play at the moment from both sides, just trying to suss each other out. And Heggie brings such a leadership at the back there, Cruz. Eldest son of Russo, Heggie, and he's had a really good season so far. And he picks up this ball, John, and there'll be a little backhand there to try and find Beltran.
So Beltran picks it up, and it's going to be Laule out to the left-hand side. Use it. Oh, lovely play. Look at that by Fernando Llorente. And he's going to run and go. Oh, his horse just gave him a bit of a hop and a skip over the line, allowing Ferrari back. But now here with Santi Laborde. Laborde takes it out to the right. Running for the pass was McDonough. McDonough looks out to the left-hand side as the under the neck played there. Lovely shot out to the right there by Gonzalo Ferrari, who just fits so effortlessly into this Gaston side. It really works with him and the way in which Beltran and Cruz Heggie play. Is here now with Heggie. Heggie sends it long into the middle. Now looking again for Ferrari. Watch out for the speed again of Beltran Laule. I think it is that Open horse as he looks to run around Garesse. Garesse does well, even to get close. Look at the speed as he reached out. Yes, he has, and it's going to be there. Oh, the whistle has gone.
Oh. But he had a good run. Nice pony as it had a couple of extra laps. He went straight past Madonna. He went straight past. He literally had to reach out, but they're saying that he came across the line and then back in front again, I think. Well, the whistle was blown. We'll see.
Yeah, I think he had to go near side, is what they say. When he went running away on that horse in the last game, I love the message from his dad. Shame he missed the ball. He didn't miss it this time, but he did cross.
Recently raised to 8 goals in Argentina, I think, John. He's 8 over there, 7 here. And he is just one of the most exciting and underrated attacking players in the world. He's got so much talent, and he's such a big head, mature head on his shoulders.
No, he does, for sure. As it's here now. Caught for the tail, backhand by Beltran Laule. Beltran gives it now to Heggie. Out in front of him will go Ferrari. Ferrari in front of McDonough. Oh, is it the same again?
Not again. 2 goals to 1. Nice play from Gonza. Really nice. 2 goals to 1. Nice play from Gonza. 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 2 goals to 1. Ni So this time, yeah, in front of Pablo.
That looked like the same foul on the instant
Yeah,
replay card.
it was the other way around now. This time, Pablo gets it. Make sure you download the app if you haven't already. It's really easy to use. Just Polo 9 TV app. It's got everything on it. You can watch all the games and live and stats and yeah, carry us through this British Open, but also Polo around the world. The Nations Cup is in France at the moment, and that's climaxing soon. So just make sure you log on and have a look at these stats. Right, Pablo just completely dominating this game, but he's just left that, so he runs back in defence.
Runs back, and he's got to go back quick because he's got two players flying down behind him. It's this Gaston attack. They're so quick how they go, but
now that's really interesting.
They're going to have a look.
Yeah, but what was really interesting about that is it looked like Pablo just drew Beltran in a little bit there. A wise man trying to go for a foul. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. He changes onto a spare. What are we? We are not long at the end of this first chukker.
Beltran claiming they were at the same speed was his question,
yeah.
but
yeah.
I think they were about 20 seconds earlier.
Beltran was an absolute flyer, but it was very interesting how Pablo just waited for Beltran. He kind of knew Beltran might do that. It was those wise ways of his experience there.
No, he's so clever.
And now he cuts right. He just is making them play where he wants them.
So, first ball goes, and it's going to be Pablito McDonough. Pablo takes it out towards the back line. With the right here is Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente on the near side. It's heading wide. He's going to try and hit the backhand. Oh, you know what? I think he actually got the angle he was looking for. Dropped by a player, and the whistler's gone.
Whistle, yeah. Okay, well, that is it here. It's not a bad start at all in Stedham. We've got a very, very big crowd watching us here, which is brilliant. The sun is shining. It's about 23, 24 degrees, if not climbing. We will be back in a few moments on the live stream. Check out this goal from James Bime from White Crane yesterday. It was an absolute cracker. Bimey was filling in for Matt Perry yesterday for White Crane, and he had a brilliant game. Bimey, you need to get back to high goal. We've missed you. Check it out. We'll be back in a moment.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
Just coming back out, big part of Gaston's leadership, driving forwards with this team. There is Pablo. Gaston's horses. Ranita for Jean-Paul Luxic. Gonzalo Ferrari is on Teorana. That's Teorana. Bertrand Laule on Miamor. And Cruz Heggie is on Bandit. That's a Lovelocks Bandit, that is. That's Lovelocks Bandit. And Omi Amour Yeah, I'll come back to that in a second. Let's do Akasha. Spirit for Alexander Garaste. Hulk for Facu Fernando Surrender. That's a really good horse. This is the one, Inanita Botana is the one that Pablo scored an amazing goal on the other day. We showed a little clip of it as he came on. And Santiago Laborde on Ruda. Now, let's have a quick look at some horses. We talked about Mi Amor. It's Vasca Mi Amor, I think, John, wasn't it? And it was the one that Cruz is on. Beltran's on, sorry, yeah. It's a Heggy one there. Delfina, Maradona and Ada Sapina. It's won a few Queen's Cups. Vasca or Mi Amor. It's a cracking one for Beltran. And then Love's Lock Bandit, which is Open El Padillon and Open Ladrona. That's one of Cruz's own, Lovelock Bandit. So play is in. We've got some very nice horses from Vasca Mi Amor and Lovelock's Bandit for Gaston, but also we've got all these Iranita horses, and they're right in front of goal. It needs to be saved, John. It's going to go.
Yeah, not the prettiest of goals, but it managed to get his way through that.
Yeah, I think Alexander Galese tried to get to it, but he couldn't quite find the ball. Oh, he did get it. Okay. I didn't think he quite got it, but I think it helped him out. It was an own goal, yeah. This is what I mean. He tried to go to do the reverse, but he just knocked it forward. So it should be 3-1.
So ball goes back in play, and it is now for Mi Amor. The horse we were talking about sends it out to the left. Coming back there is Laborde. Laborde does well. Can't love the name of Facundo Fernandez Llorente's horse as well, Hulk.
Yeah.
You just know what you're going to get. A number 2 playing a horse called Hulk. That says that says a star that's about to come out.
Strong in the ride-off, I hope. Strong in the ride-off. Unlucky there for that. A little own goal there just puts Gaston in the lead. 3-1. This is interesting. Akasha have dominated all 3 games. Now, they did lead only for less than 50% in the first game and then 58% in the second, but let's see whether they can match, because Beltran, Laule, Cruz Heggie and these boys are coming out really hard in this first half.
Yeah, they're looking good, as they're going to have to defend though against Pablo McDonough, and they've done it with Ferrari and the umpires. It's just this team, they all seem to be able to just get that sort of transitional speed from 0 up to 100 just in a split second, as Heggie now comes across. Heggie reaches out behind him now here with McDonough. McDonough has a look behind. Oh, McDonough over the top, and Ferrari picks it up. Now watch for Laule again. This is the speed that we speak about in transition. Still up there on Mi Amor at the front. Oh, Mi Amor, Beltran, Laule. Cruz Heggie comes in front of them all. They just come up one after one after one, but this time just goes wide left.
Yeah, he had 2 white players either side of him, young Beltran there, and he tried to reach forwards, but then Cruz did come in. He just couldn't quite get the angle, but nice attack. You can see that attack coming constantly from Gaston, and Pablo's going in there. He's trying to control the game and trying to make it his speed, but he's not at the moment. He's not being able to, because these boys are everywhere.
Yeah, and it's a different thing. We've spoken about how good Pablo's players are at blocking far enough in front of him, but he gets this kind of space.
Yes.
And that's where he is at his best, and he's so good at doing it. So closing him down is Laule, or you heard there, Fernando Llorente just go no, as the ball went right instead of left. A bit of miscommunication. It gave us 3 players in green go back. Look at that little lineup. They were all in parallel, leaving one up with the formation for Laule at the front, and he's the sort of the speed at the front, whilst the others just going that parallel dance across the field. But coming back now again here with Pablo McDonough. McDonough, the experience, taking on Cruz Heggie. Cruz Heggie pushing Pablo back. They've got to be careful with these new rules as it comes in again with McDonough. McDonough does really well just to get across to the right, then to the left. Still now with McDonough, but the dummy backhand played by Cruz. Cruz now turns it round, long drive down the ground. Cruz Heggie puts it up, but wide to the left-hand side again. Really good attack and play.
Really nice. He's about to, I think, is he going to change? Is he going to stay? No, he's going to stay on. Beltran's changing. Laule's getting off Vasco Mi Amor. He'll jump onto a spare, but we're staying on Bandit for the moment. Lovelock's Bandit for Cruz Heggie, who won MVP in the first game against Gerangiri. He scored 9 goals in that. Gaston scored their first goal in 18 seconds. And they led for nearly 60% of the game in their second. So they are strong. They've won one and lost one, but they really need a win here. Let's see what Facu and the boys can do on this play.
So coming forward here with Heggie. Heggie with the near side, met again by Pablo McDonough. McDonough has an eye up, sends it long down the ground, does Pablo McDonough, looking to see if he can find Heggie. Heggie, really nice near side backhand again. The angle that he finds on it, so quick to do so as it falls around again here for Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari, long drive down the ground. This ground is looking superb. We've spoken a couple of times. Apologies if you've heard us say it, but these Stedden grounds, it's so good to have them back here at Cowdrey Park. And what a play by Pablo McDonough. McDonough, such a part of the global high goal scene. Pablo McDonough has won the Gold Cup. Probably not as many times as he would have liked to be honest, when you compare it to his other trophies around the world. As he now takes it, looking to use Laborde as the blocker. Good play. Look at the speed as he just comes out, sends it down towards the goal. It's going to go close, but it's going to go wide to the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about him not winning the Gold Cup many times, and I'm sure, yes, he would want it a lot more than he has, but wow, John, he's multiple Argentine Open champion, so I think he'll be accepting of that. Queen's Cup winner as well. And he's been at the heart of some of the greatest teams ever assembled, really. If you look at Elestina and La Dauphina, and he was actually ranked world #1 during his career at most of the time. And yeah, I mean, he's certainly won everything.
Yeah, Durnova was not a criticism of him saying his global standing. He is
absolutely.
He is such a
but
nice
you're
guy
right.
as well.
I think he would have liked to have won the Gold Cup at least more than once. I mean, you know, look at Adolfo. He's on 9, looking for 10. Facundo's on 6, looking for 7. Pablo would like to be probably up there as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's Pablo McDonough. Takes it out to the left. Oh, just against a pony there, so they're going to have to come back round as Pablo does do that in time. Pablo McDonough takes it to the left once again of the waiting Cruz Heggie. Heggie just forces Pablo McDonough outright. We've just got under a minute to go here as the umpires blow the whistle.
I think he's taken a while to sort of control the game, Pablo, but I'm just starting to see that momentum that he does, that shift where he tries to manage it. He doesn't just play the game, he manages it. He kind of, you watch how often he slows the game down just before speeding it back up again, and he does it so smoothly. I think he's very good for me when I watch players, different rhythms. You watch his rhythm when he plays. And I talked about it the other day, and again, sorry if I'm boring you, but when he rides, it's like he's carrying a tray of hot drinks. And when he breaks and slows down, he does it in such a way that those drinks don't spill. And then the way he accelerates off as well, he does it in a way that he's constantly moving, but he's doing it gliding. He's very flat, and his hands are really, really soft as well.
So you like to give these players the nicknames. Are you calling him the waiter?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. No, I thought that might be downplaying.
No,
what are you going to give him with the
good point.
ability
like runner
to take...
and gunner, dual threat. Yeah, what am I calling him?
But I want to know a man who can carry a hot tray of drinks without spilling a single bit of espresso.
Yeah.
High class.
Well, he's just smooth, isn't he? Smooth.
You can't call him smooth.
Iceman?
No. You've got to match your normal way.
Have
a think.
I'll think on that.
Yeah, we'll let you come back with the latest Carl nickname.
Pablo's nickname. It's got to be a good one, otherwise he'll ring me up. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. And it's through, and it's great. He did ring me up after a game last year, after King Power. We had a little chat. He said, Carl, I've listened to your commentary. And I was like, oh, God, here we go. But we had a good chat. We often talk. Pablo, great. Very good. He takes it, and he's now bringing the score a little bit better for Akasha. I'm going to think on that, John. You've got me there, yeah. He's a legend. He's a chill. He's a smooth. But I've got to come up with a nickname, haven't I? Okay, here we go. He's back on it again, mate.
He is. This could give you some inspiration. McDonough out to the left-hand side. Takes the cut shot towards the goal. Lovely shot by Pablo McDonough. There goes the buzzer. Scores the goal. And a quick 1-2 by Pablo McDonough.
And that's how quickly the game can change. And this is how deadly he is. A quick 1-2 from Pablo. And look at that. What a cut shot. That is the end of the second chukker here at Stedham. We're going to go to some highlights of the Nations Cup, which is happening right now in Chantilly in France. There's a big match today as well. I think it's 5 o'clock. But have a look at this, and we'll be back. It's now. Yeah, it's on now. We'll be back in a few moments anyway. See you in a sec. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a great match. Welcome back, everybody, for the start of the third chukker here at Stedham. Let's have a look at this goal from Pablo at the end. It was a beautiful cut shot here on the Stedham field. And he scored a goal at the top end, and then he just decided to pop that one in there before the end of the second. We're in for the third, one more before half-time. The score has suddenly changed a little bit more. We were in favour of Gaston, but now just with those two end-to-end goals, Akasha are looking a little bit stronger. But it does bring them to 3 apiece here at Stedham, and it's just starting to see him control it, Pablo control it. There's a few players in the world that sort of can control as well as he does. And what is he now, 44 years of age? I hope you won't mind me. He remains one of the sharpest minds and most complete players, I think, in world polo. Jean-Paul Luxic on Selva, Gonzalo Ferrari on Katana, Bertrand Lowley on Michigan. We were speaking about Michigan earlier to Gaston, and we'll come back on that. And yes, Brilliantina, that is one of Cruz's brilliant horses. There's the Akasha horses there. I'll let you read those as we go for the play, because it's Pablo going back in defence. But have a look and keep an eye on Pablo's horse here and on Santiago's.
So it comes out right here for Laborde. Really like another one, Michigan. This horse again, we'll give you a little bit more information about the breeding of Michigan, but Bertrand Lowley is on. Thank you again to Gaston. Please do as Gaston did. He just sent us through a lovely note, giving not only the horses, but also the background of the breeding, and this enables us, we'll tell you a little bit now about this lovely grey that Bertrand is on. Yeah,
Michigan, yeah. So it's out of Okeechobee, which was a really good mare of Memo Gracida in 2013. And then actually Pelon's mare played that mare in the Open, and it's Clarin and Out of Atlantic, an Elliston mare, the Clarin Out of Atlantic. So it's got some serious good breeding and brilliant mare of Memo Cressida. So keep an eye on Bertrand here, because...
Sorry to jump in. We just had a steal. We'll let you finish that. But
sorry, buddy. Go
had a steal as Fernandez Llorente went for a goal. And it's going to go backhand played by Heggie and over the line. Sorry to jump in.
No, we're good. I was just giving Bertrand some love with his horses and with Michigan there. Anything that Memo Gracida played is amazing, and Pelon's mare in the Open.
Yeah, and it shows a lot. I spoke to Gaston a bit before the tournament, and the effort they're putting into their breeding, and you can see the studying and the sort of effort to make sure it's not just the ones playing now, but the past has it, and it's so important. It's here now with Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente in between a couple of players, including Bertrand Lowley, as Fernandez Llorente takes it left behind him. McDonough sends it down the ground, but it's only going to go as far here as Bertrand Lowley. Look how he just spins it round. Runners go either side. He will leave it for Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari looks up. Pablito McDonough goes back. Pablo just waits patiently as Ferrari goes down the ground. He sends it right. Has he put too much on it? He did put a lot, but it just bounces off the boards and stays in play. And it will be here again with Lowley. Lowley takes it to the left. Going down, calling for the pass is Ferrari. Ferrari underneath the pony. He's got to get in between two. Finds the backhand. Gonzalo Ferrari leaves the ball behind, but there is a whistle on the play.
Ooh. We said that he would do some damage on that horse, didn't we? Bertrand, he's absolutely sailing around on Michigan, the grey. We'll just have a look at this. So there was a Cruz tried to go for the backhand, and then there was a whistle as Cruz went after that attempt at the backhand. Had it gone over the line, another whistle. Peter Wright just chatting through. It's fine. It wasn't anything. They were just basically resetting. So had gone over. So it'll be brought in by the white shirts of Akasha and Pablo. We talked about Facu Fernandez Llorente bringing out some horses, and he's got a couple of crackers in this one. Talk about that in a minute, but Gaston have got that ball back, and they've just put it, they managed to, that didn't go to plan for Akasha, did it, John?
No, rare mistake on the set players It's where they've been consistent in this tournament.
They reached the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup last year in Gaston. They produced some excellent performances during the early season this year as well. And they are a genuine contender. They might not have the star power of La Dauphine or Dubai, but they're exceptionally balanced and can be very, very hard to beat. But so can this man here as he rides along the line. He doesn't get the foul that he wants, and Cruz Hegge's on the attack.
So Cruz Hegge taking it round the corner. Hegge slows it down, sends it now. No, he leaves it for Beltran. Beltran just taps it up towards the goal. Beltran Laulay, look at him eat a lovely finish there by Beltran Laulay. And you mentioned the firepower, Carl. I'll just let you talk through that goal. But it's an interesting point to make.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Beltran just waited back there, and they had options. So there's always, and look at how good that was. That was so committed, that shot to goal. That wasn't just, I'm just going to have a go. That was direct and clinical. And look at this. I wasn't expecting a 5-3 score like this, actually. I thought Akasha might be up halfway through the third.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about these lineups. So you've seen this side, you've got the likes of Suzanne. More and more of these sort of lineups with the 8 and the 2 7s, the 2 8s and the 6 or 3 7s. Yeah. They're looking really good, and that seems to be the way in which the teams who don't bring on a Barto, a Heta, a Perotto, how they want to counteract them is by sort of beating them with speed and tenacity round the ground, which is where these even lineups have their best chances. Here now with Cruz Hegge. Hegge now takes it to the left, looks down the ground. Cruz Hegge still underneath the pony, taps it left, taps it right. Oh, lovely play there, but he just left it with McDonough. Now here again with Beltran Laulay, but it goes wide to the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, you go balance with a 3 7s. That's not a planned place to be. And Jean-Paul Luxwick at the top, he's often finishing and taking out men and making sure that the open road is good for his rest of his team. So interesting here, because Alexander Gadese also very good at the front. And you think of formerly La Magdalene, he's got so much experience, and they've won so many French and European tournaments as well. And this is a balanced side that's been operating for many, many years as well. But maybe just having Beltran Laulay, I mean, he's won more in Argentina, and you can kind of see that. He's very, very good. No whistle from the umpire there. In comes Gaston one more time.
Cruz Hegge, I think, is higher in, is he 9 in Argentina? Yeah. There's a 10 out, reaching out behind him there again is Ferrari. Ferrari still going, just about digs it out. It's not the smooth running we've seen, but it's effective as he makes his way towards the goal, and eventually a whistle has been blown.
Wasn't pretty. It sort of came to a bit of a standstill. The replay will explain a lot there. So he's got how many? 1, 2, 3 white players all trying to fight in front. Laborde gets in there. Alexandra drops back. Facundo.
Penalty one pick. So it goes against green.
Okay, so unfortunately, technical right in front of goal. Gaston didn't get that. That's a shame. They got given a bit of a technical, and they've moved it up to midfield for Akasha, which Pablo will come and take, or Facundo will come and take. No, that's it. They're all good. Gadese just coming back out on the field. So unfortunate for Gaston. They could have had another one there. That would have taken them to 6-3. So it's a midfield penalty. And momentum has changed once again. Let's see what they do with this set play.
So here now with Pablito McDonough. We talk about the breeding and stuff and what the likes of Beltran Laulay, but you've got one of the original breeders out here, Pablo McDonough, that you need to breed, set up by his father Jorge. He's got his brother Mateus McDonough out in Argentina as well. You've got Vizcacha McDonough coming through, Facundo Fernandez, Llorente, he's largely on the Larinita organisation. It really is amazing what they do, and now they make their way down the ground here with Laborde on the near side, going towards the goal, but it's going to be brought away by Beltran Laulay. Beltran leaves the ball behind. Appealing for foul was Hegge. A little bit of a late whistle, but whistle did come.
Bit of a late whistle, yeah. Let's have a look. I guess if you break down the Akasha breakdown of, let's have a look at that. So they crossed out in front. Laborde. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go, they say. Gaston will bring it in. Cruz Heggie to the left. Laule's waiting. Riding the line is a straight in. Picked that one up. Thought he was... Oh, Pablo's stolen that one. Nicely, John. Look at this. This could be an opportunity if he's going to go on his own, or has he got back up?
It's got left behind.
Yeah.
Just waiting there as Laule sends it long down the ground, looking again for Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari, part of that really exciting game we saw of Heta against Adolfo. Oh, they've let that one go. They've let it go, and it's going to be Pablo McDonough out in front. Just has a look behind him, glances round. Pablito chooses to tap it where others would hit, and Pablo McDonough closing it down came Beltran Laule, and still the umpires let this play. It's nice this. Lane of the game, run, or as we say it, we hear a whistle.
There's a whistle, yeah. Well, there was a bit of a late whistle, unless there was something secondary there. Because Pablo, I think, went for he tried to appeal for the first. Let's have a look on this one. What a great view. We've got a cracking view from here. So, Pablo comes in. The near side from Beltran might have just been a little bit too over the line as he did it, I think. Yeah. Technical on Pablo. They're being very tight on these calls. So technical on Pablo there, right in front of goal. So midfield penalty for Laule and for Cruz. Up goes Gonza. Ferrari filling in for Polon. If you've just joining us, Polon still isn't with us yet, but hopefully he will be with the Gaston team soon before the tournament is out, we hope. Oh, what a ride-off. Two good ride-offs there.
And it's Fools here as we hear the buzzer go. It is going to be a little scrappy in front of goal, and it has been a little bit like that. There's been nice open play. We get in front of a goal, and it has got a little bit scrappy at times. But I think goal has been scored, and that will be the end of the third chukker.
Yeah, it's very messy, as you can see there. On both players are in there. They tried to take it on the near side, but the ball had gone over. That will be the end of this first half. A great start from Gaston. They won their first game. They lost their second one against the very strong Black Bears, but they're looking good here at Stedham. Come back and join us in the second half. We've got an interview with Alexi from White Crane, Alexi Calver-Ansari from yesterday's. We caught up with him to see how he felt after his win yesterday at Cowdrey.
Yeah, so we've had a difficult season. The quality of the polo this year is incredible. In the Queen's Cup, we lost 2 big games by 1 goal in overtime, so we were nearly there. And in the Gold Cup, we've been very unlucky. We've had 2 losses, and today we got our first win. To be honest, it's a real relief, because I've really enjoyed the polo, but when you're not getting the results, it's tough out there. There's some amazing teams, and the decisions are so close, but now we've got a win, feeling confident. I've got a goal today, so yeah, it's fun out there. Trying to make, small differences by a little block here, maybe pushing the team forward so they can open up the field. At our level as a 0 goal, it's very difficult to play, against these 6 goalers, 10 goalers, 9 goalers. But any little block we can put on, they're clever enough to make something out of it. So we keep trying. We've got the horses that love it, so we go and put them, in the game. And today it worked out well. We got the overlap. Yeah. So Jasmine and my wife and I have been playing for maybe 10 plus years now. We've been 3 years in the high goal. We always wanted to build up the levels from 0 goal through 8 goal through 12, 15, and we had the opportunity 4 or 5 years ago. Jazz got an opportunity to play with Scone. We played with White Crane then. She had an amazing run, and then a few years later I was lucky enough to play with Tommy Pinella, and now with Polito. We have a lifestyle living on a farm in Hazelmere, so we breed ponies. We've got our horses here, and we live here all year long. So we live for the English season.
Today's been fantastic. As you know, always with polo, we have precision. About the precision where everybody is on the field, hitting the ball precisely. But that is where Jacob & Co comes in a nice sort of parallel world, because it's all about precision with our watches, making sure everything is uniquely perfect. And of course the people. The people that come to polo expect a certain type of level of precision, as do we with our watchmaking. So it's been a perfect day with perfect people, and hopefully we're going to do many more together. It's my first experience in this capacity. It's not about obviously quantity, it's all about quality. So we have attended one polo match before, but now with the Arab Entrepreneurs Board, it's a great opportunity to be part of the organisation, and a real pleasure.
Well, it was a lovely experience. Thank for the Arab Entrepreneur for choosing my team to play. We enjoyed it. It was a good fun, and looking forward for next year, hopefully. Well, we always try to welcome all our friends and families and everyone from the polo, society to join us end of the season, and we always prefer to do it like end of August. And hopefully this year will be better than next year. Now we are more focused. I have a tournament next month in Guards for the 18 Go, so we're practicing hard and trying to achieve something good this season. Next year, hopefully, we'll play all the high goal. We'll do the Queen's Cup, the Gold Cup, and wish us great luck.
No, it's good. I mean, every victory here in England is you celebrate it, so good to play and good to get the win. We have 2 more finals. If we want to get to the quarters, we have to win 2 more games. Look forward to it, and we keep building as a team. No, with Kasak was great fun. We had good vibe and a nice team, and those boys, they're always competitive and always fighters. No, and been good though, playing with Faco, obviously Nico's brother, and Paco. Great setup with Jonathan and Via. They built an incredible new field, and we have all the facilities, and it's been great fun. No, listen, once we get through the quarters, it's a different tournament starts, and we see what happens there. Right now we've got 3 finals to play, 2 more finals to play. So until, once we've done that, then we see when we get there. But this tournament's over in the last pool game, and then we start a new one if we get through. Shucks, in the career it's always a bit the same. We want to keep improving every day, and we try hard to improve the horses all the time with young ones and buying a few in. And at the moment I feel very confident with the horses. I've got a nice big lot of good old playing ones and some very nice young ones coming through, and we're always fighting to get that better and continue improving on the playing side.
Everything begins here. Every field, every crop, every meal. But across the world, the soil we depend on is under pressure. And the future of farming depends on restoring it. SafeRock, a natural resource to enrich the earth.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cowdrey, to Stedham, to the St. Regis British Open for the Cowdrey Gold Cup. We have a good shot of Gaston. Look at that cracking little grey pony. Look how happy they are. Their little ears forward saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. So there we go. With some stats for you. Penalties, 91%, 10 out of 11. Stat, time in front, 50%. Best Chuck has been number 3 with 3 goals. And that's powered up by Lineup Polo, the stats, thank you. And we can see a few. Gaston Laule. And there we go to Akasha. Look at their stats. Time in front, 60%. Penalties, 94%. Best Chucker was Chucker 2. So it is quite close. There's not really that much difference in the stats if you look at it. What does Akasha bring? Well, they bring a bit of a balance, don't they? They bring... Garese provides the stability and the patronage and leading. Facundo Fernandez Llorente provides the work rate. Pablo provides the vision and the rhythm and controls the momentum. And Laborde provides the backbone, provides the steel, and that is kind of where they line up. Quick look at the stats. 5 goals to 2. You can see the penalties, 5 and 7 throw-ins. That's the thing. Look at that. 7 throw-ins and only 1 for Akasha. Big difference there. Time leading, 2 minutes 16 for Akasha, 15:57 leading for Gaston. And there's the drought. I love that drought line. Very good. It's just an interesting stat to see how long it's been. All the horses are here. There's little Monteverde. Even smaller Monteverde. They're getting smaller and smaller. Getting ready. Future stars. They're playing football. Getting into the spirit of the World Cup. Momentum. Here it is. Such a cool stat, this. It's my heartbeat. As you can see, it dipped a little bit when they scored and then got excited towards the end. But no, you can see green is the greeny turquoise is Akasha. They haven't had that much momentum. A little bit at the beginning of Chucker 1. Then it kind of went all Gaston's way. And then it went Gaston again in most of Chucker 2. They had a bit of a pushback at Akasha in between Chucker 2 and Chucker 3. And then Chucker 3, it was all Gaston. Such a cool stat, that. Ponies. Jean-Paul Luxic on Tojija. Gonzalo Ferrari on Convenida. Beltran Laule on Aphrodite. And Cruz Heggie on Nidida. I've got some ponies to tell you a little bit about that, but let's do Akasha first. Alexander Garese, I think I had his. No, I didn't. I didn't know what he's coming out on the 4th. Facundo Fernandez Llorente. Now, that is a really nice horse. That's an Ilinita Piazza Musical. That one is Piazza Musical. And then we've got Pablo Madonna, Ilinita Fisurada. And then Santiago Laborde on Orquesta. But yeah, let's Ilinita Piazza Musical for Facundo Fernandez Llorente. That is a key horse for him. We were talking about his horse and what he's going to bring out. Second half, it is Ilinita Piazza Musical. It's Lemano out of Ilinita Sinfonia. And there is the stats of where it stands at the moment. Look what happened. Akasha still second because they've won 3 matches. They've won 3 matches. They've won them well. 14-11, 14-11, and 11-9. They beat White Crane. They beat Signac Segavas, and they beat Jerengiri. So they're doing pretty good. But as it stands, Gaston moves up, which would be really interesting to see what happens at the end. So it's 6-3, and we're back in play. And what we will find here is whether Akasha have had a bit of a regroup and whether Pablo has had a chat with his troops and whether then Facundo Fernandez Llorente providing that attack and Laborde providing that backbone, whether they can stop the onslaught of these 3 7-goalers, which just seem to be dominating the play. There's always someone overlapping, and Cruz Heggie and Beltran Laule, well, I'd want them on my team because they're 2 very young but superstars. John, interesting to see where we go with this, but this man, if it's him, he can change it and he can control, well, both of these players can control with Pablo behind. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Fernandez Llorente takes it out to the right. I remember watching him first year really played the high goal for Facundo Fernandez Llorente when he went from 7 to 8, and he just looked, he sort of came from the European and Argentine polo scene, and he looked just so he hits it right. He was so impressive, and then so went back down to 7, but back here with Pablo and this team, he's looking really confident this year.
Yeah, he's on Ilinita Piazza Musical. We talked about that earlier. Pablo on another Ilinita horse. He's everybody starts to chop and change now as they come out. Orquesta for Laborde. in Iranita Fissurada for Pablo Madonna. So lots of Iranita horses out there, but you wouldn't expect anything less. He has a big operation with Alexander Garese Pablo and a lot of horses. Ooh, coming into that now. Whoa, good dismount. Wow, horse went into the, let's see. I mean, it looked like he'd actually gone in front of that line, so we'll see what the umpire says on that one. But that was, I don't think he was expecting him to come up from behind. Let's just speak to the third man on, but here's a replay. It's really interesting to see. So we got Cruz came down here. So Pablo came in. He came in and he thought he claimed the line, but the horse did a hell of a stop and stall on that one. But it did look like he just kind of crashed straight into him. But as in, Peter Wright, third man. Just let's go and have a little quick chat with him. See which way they want to go. Top goal scorers, Pablo does lead. Top goal scorers 31. That's as it stands at the moment. He got 10 in one game, 11 in another, 7 in another, and he's put some good ones away today. So Pablo sits at 31. Benjamin Pinello is in second place in goal scorers at the moment, and Sapo Guillermo Cassette is in third place with 20 goals. So they're both joint. Pablo still leads on goal scoring at the moment. Now, interesting call this is going to be. Everyone's got their view. I know we've got a lot of people here who've got their view, but let's see what the drone says and what third man says.
So just listening to the umpire, we are connected up with the third man, Peter Wright to the left, and the call there was, it was definitely accidental. They didn't see it as intentional, which was clearly the way we saw that as well, but it was dangerous, they say. So accidental, but dangerous. Nice handshake afterwards. No sort of, and so a penalty taken back to 5B, but no yellow card.
Here we go. It is Pablo Madonna from the midfield. It has been decided that, like John said, they'll have a little spot penalty here from them. Where are you watching from? Please join us. We're getting some comments on the screen. We'll share them on the screen. We had so many people tune in. We had Argentina, Singapore, Boston, Kuala Lumpur. Loads of people tuning in earlier on for the match. Where are you tuning in from? Who are you supporting? Let's have the comments and we'll put them on the screen. So good to see. Hello, we're watching from France. Go Gaston. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. Well, hello. Welcome from France. And yeah, go Gaston.
All I had was Charlie Hanbury still saying it's coming home, so he's obviously been celebrating since the football. In my game, no, we had a lot of people watching from Nigeria as well, which was lovely. So, tail backhand played. Oh, it's going to be picked up.
Nice
Across
pick
here
up.
comes Laulay. Laulay just looking to get some space, but it's left behind, and now with Pablo McDonough. Pablo running out there in front of him is Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente running right. Look at the speed of him here. It looks like he's managed to get round Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari's got to be quick. McDonough just situates himself behind the players. And now here again with Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente in between two Gaston waiters for Corley. He just conducts them from behind. Maybe the conductor.
Oh,
It's going to be here now with
good.
Fernandez Llorente with the score.
He's done well on that. There was 3 Gaston players waiting for him, but he managed to do that on Iranita Piazza Musical Le Mano out of Iranita Sinfonia. A key horse for Facundo. He says that he'll bring it out in the 4th, and it's a cracking pony, and yes, it is. Well done, Iranita Piazza Musical. He'll go and change now, get off that. He scored a nice goal off it. Thank you very much. I might bring you out later. Gives it a pat, jumps onto another one. Laulay's jumped onto a... Oh, this is his little chestnut. Watch him on this one, Laulay. This is the chestnut he played the other day, and he was everywhere.
Creativo, if it is that one indeed.
Yes, it
He's
is.
got a couple of chestnuts, but I do think it is that one. Yeah, Open Creativo.
It's the one with no markings. It's just.
So here now with McDonough. Hello to Emily Marshuk watching from America as well, as it now comes up here for Jean-Paul Luxic. Hooked out the play. Now taken back around here again by Cruz Heggie. Heggie looks up behind him. Lovely little flick. The way these players, they combine so well. They're always coming round the backhand, as we said as well. It really is a new way of playing this sport that we've seen coming into it over the last 12 months or so, looking to keep the speed going as it's here now with Laulay. Laulay takes it right. backhand again. Just those little flicks, and
Didn't work that
it's
time.
their way. Well, it didn't work that time, but it's a way whenever rules are brought in, it's for turning rule, and they just bring in
find a
new
way around it.
innovative ways. But I like this way around it. They found it kind of keeps it
They've
moving,
been doing
it
a
keeps
lot
it
of this
open.
in America as well. They've
Yeah.
been really going for it, and I think it's travelled from Argentina to America, and now it's come over to England, like you say, in
Yeah.
the last 12 months.
No, it's
But it
wonderful.
keeps it
to see.
flowing, keeps it going.
It does, and when you know the two that do it perhaps the most, and
Oh,
I'd
who
say
would
the
that be
best
by any
are.
chance?
I wonder who that is. I think it's probably Lorenzo Chavan and Hedrick Castagnola.
Probably.
And if it is amazing to watch, you get to watch them tomorrow as well, all here on Polo Line TV. So coming back now in defence, Laule's got to be careful, and it's going to fall for Fernandez Llorente. And that's where you can't get round the turning rule. When you're in front of your goal, you've got someone behind you, just can't turn it, had to back it. And it kind of looked a little bit inevitable.
Oh, it's a shame for Laule because he was kind of stuck on his own there and he didn't know what to do. And unfortunately, they couldn't get in there. Gonza Ferrari couldn't get in there, so it was up to they've taken up now to 5-6. But this year's Queen's Cup, he scored the overtime winner. Did Mr. Facundo Fernandez Llorente. Hello from Nigeria. Kanu, Nigeria. Hello from Nigeria. So good. Nigeria, France, America we've had so far. Come on, what other countries can we have? There's got to be someone tuning in from... Let's have a competition to see who is the furthest or most remote country. Look at this one, Laule. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Wow. Under pressure against McDonough, and he just managed to do it. So even though he let one through, he decided to, right, that's it. We need to go and get one back. What a player. He's so talented.
Lovely goal. My favourite shout-out, just as you were going through them, was for one from Curacao. Yeah. I love that we had a shout-out from Curacao when you talk about the kind of the remote area. Wonderful.
Here we go. Watching from Switzerland. Best wishes to John. Well, John, you've got best wishes. I'm enjoying my chuckers with Pumba, which I bought from Madam's Farm.
Pumba out of my old little black mare microdot. And we just sent Timon and Pumba. They're the
cool
the brothers who are out there.
Cool names.
Hi, Edie. How are you? Lovely to hear from you.
That's what it's all about, though. This is what it's all about. You guys watching from all around, invested in the sport and listening to us take you through this amazing tournament. It is, it is the crown jewel of the high goal calendar, and we get such good players.
And talking of the crown jewel, it is for sport, it's for running. We love to see him. We love to talk about more than anything else. As it's here now with Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari running through, and now the Gaston side, they get going again. 8-5.
They weren't trailing for too long, were they? One from Laule, one from Gaston. They swap horses. And then it is beautiful from Ferrari. He's so used to playing with this team. And look how he glides through. I feel like Akasha aren't clicking for some reason, John. They're not doing how they've dominated 3 games. Now, they are top of the table. They've won all 3. Gaston, this is their 3rd game. So there's only one more for Akasha, but there's 2 more. Well, sorry, 1 more after this, as it were. This is their last game, Akasha, isn't it? So
yeah, let's play it out. I've got a couple of thoughts about that. But let's play the play out here. We might start the next chuck with a little bit of thinking as we hear the buzzer gone as the whistle goes as well. That'll be end of the 4th chucker, 8-5.
Make sure you keep those comments coming. It's great to hear from you from around the world. There are 2 more chuckers to go. It could go either way. Let's see what happens, but all to play for. Check out this goal from Felix SAN from the other day, La Dauphina Marquez de Riscar with Perotto. It was unbelievable. If you like stick work and you like a fast horse, you take Felix SAN, you take a horse called Tasty, and what have you got? You've got a tasty goal.
Aucun prétexte, je ne veux avoir de réflexe malheureux. Il faut que tu m'expliques un peu mieux comment te dire adieu. Mon cœur de silex vit de bon feu, ton cœur de pyrex résiste au feu. Je suis bien perplexe, je ne peux
Okay, chuckers. Here we go. Fifth chucker. Just about to start. Look at that. So it was 2-1 to Gaston. They started so well. Akasha then went, we need to get back to grips. So we went 3-3. And then Gaston had a brilliant third chucker. They jumped up to 6 goals. They scored 3 goals. 6-3. And then 8-5. 8-5 it was. So, what are we going to do here? 8-5. Gaston lead. Akasha have a lot of work to do. Ponies. Now, it do start with a penalty. We haven't got the 5th chucker list, but we've got a couple that we've made notes of, so we'll try and tell you as we go. I know Beltran's coming out on a Chivas horse. I'm not sure if it's Aphrodita or if it's Regal. We'll find out in a moment, but he's got 2 Chivas horses, one from Pandi Storsa, Aphrodita, and he's got one from another Memo Bay Mare that Memo won the Open in 2004. So we'll have a look. Hello from Fernhurst. Yeah. Hello from Fernhurst. That's not as far as Boston or America or Argentina, is it? Here we go. Adolfo. Pablo takes this. McDonough for a penalty to get them back up the scoreboard. It's beautifully struck, but it's gone wide. No, Pablo. Look at that. He stops. He looks. He puts his hand on his hip.
We were saying about Carl just before the end of a chucker. Is it, if they wanted to come in and win this game, but they're through. It's still the weather. I mean, it's been such a beautiful couple of weeks of weather in England. It was about sort of far too hot stage, as everyone read about and spoke about and went on about. But it was wonderful, and now we keep on coming. So there is an element. They don't need to win. Gaston, they do need to win, and they've still got another game against Valhalla on Monday as well.
Yeah.
And it just makes it interesting when you come in with the mindset, as you see the tail backhand hit, and it turning for Fernando Llorente, backhand first by Ferrari, coming back now here for Laborde. Laborde, open backhand, looking for McDonough and Laulay. I've loved the way Laulay has played today.
Yeah, he's just super, super talented. I think you're right, John. I think that's nicely cleared by Cruz. I think they are through, Akasha. They've won 3 very comfortably. If they didn't win this, it's not the end of the world, but it is more important for Gaston. But still, I think they would like to win it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, no, they would, because you're thinking of the top position, and Gaston a win here and a win against Valhalla, and suddenly they're tied on 3 wins, and it is for position in the group can be really important when it gets to the knockout stages. And everyone's just thinking, you don't want to play against Heta, you don't want to play against Perotto.
You're going to meet one of them.
You're going to, Dubai, who were really impressive earlier, but at some point you've got to beat them. So it comes here now for McDonough. McDonough sends it out to the left-hand side. Really nice play, and Fernandez Llorente managed to get away. Takes it out. Yeah, lovely volley. Still here now. Fernandez Llorente, he scored. He has scored a couple of really nice goals today, but that's not one of them. As it comes away now here for Laulay. Laulay, the counter-attack is on, and suddenly there's a trio of players out there in green looking to escape from the attention. But Garesse was first bat. Lovely backhand played by Alexandre Garesse. Still now with McDonough. McDonough, the speed at which he gets round. Just matched to it, though, by Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari on the near side. Hit it is for Paula, and hit it he did on the near side as well. And now a big chance here for the Chilean, Jean-Paul Luksic, running down the ground, being chased there, and he's just left the ball behind on the second attempt, and it will be here now with Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente leaves it for McDonough. McDonough reaching in there as Ferrari. Ferrari got a touch. Really nice play again by Gaston, but the defence is good by Akasha. Running out there in front will be Gonzalo Ferrari. The umpires happy to continue. I think they might have said that there was a player in front on the white, but now the umpires do blow.
I was just thinking how hard they're making Pablo's life. Literally every time he's got the ball, they are around him and they are hassling, they are hustling. Well done, Gaston. Literally, they do not let him breathe. Normally, he's got a little bit more time on the ball, but every time he goes to it, they just descend on him.
Yeah, and you talk about players who really thrived in those kind of roles of taking on someone like Pablo McDonough. They have Nachi Heggie in the tent. And when Nachi Heggie was playing in these tournaments, he was known for that kind of tenacity and obviously incredibly talented on the ball, but a very different player to Eduardo Heggie, Cruz's father, who was the back, Bauti Heggie, who was that mesmeric kind of. You could go through any of the Heggies, and they all had their unique style. And Nachi, well, he was definitely the fighter in the middle of the field.
He was. One of the Heggies are one of the most successful families, aren't they, in polo history? If you think you've got Bautista, Marcos, Ignacio, you've got... Yeah, Cruz represents that newest generation, doesn't he? I think he's got a little bit of mix of both. He's got like that sort of vivacity of everybody. He's sort of like he's got each bit of playing within him. I think he's like a mix of all of them. And I mean, you're going to grow up having an influence, aren't you, from that? And what an influence! He's going to take this penalty and see whether he can put Gaston a little bit further up the scoreboard. Yeah, nice from Cruz. Nice it goes. What does he bring? He brings what? Everything. Defensive leadership. He brings big hits. He brings experience. He's, as a young player, though, I think he's. You think about what he's been in at the moment, and he's only, what is he now? Is he still 20? He's 22. 22 years of age. Argentine Open for El Avero Z7 originally. I think that's when it was his debut. That was in 23.
And it goes out long. And here with Jean-Paul Luksic. What a moment this is for Jean-Paul Luksic, the Chilean patron here for Gaston with the touch towards the goal. Jean-Paul Luksic just wide.
Unlucky Jean-Paul. Had a nice little run to goal, but just couldn't quite finish on the left of the goal post. Alclasha have a bit of time. 9-5. Hello from Ecuador. Oh, that might be close to the country to further away. It depends where the next country comes in from. But hello, Ecuador. Everybody getting in spirit of the sport and into the football. Ooh. Oh, he's not happy. Cruz and Alexander, did he come together? Oh, careful, Cruz.
They're blow, and umpires will have a chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Alexandra didn't see Cruz, and unfortunately a little play off the ball. If you look at it from this angle, Pablo takes it back right. As he does that, I don't think you don't see it on this side, but I think Alexander Gressa just caught, or Cruz. They sort of had a little bump together. Cruz will go and change pony. From this angle. Yeah, so I think Cruz was looking, Alexandra just got caught in the way as Cruz came over, but it'll be interesting to see what the umpires call on this, whether Alexandra is in the wrong place or whether Cruz was. So we'll give it a few moments. Let's have a look at the fixtures. We'll give you a little lowdown of what's happening tomorrow. So, 11 o'clock, we've got Park Place. They haven't had a good run. They've lost all their games, Park Place. Not having a fun Gold Cup tournament. Hechicera, they play Hechicera. So they play Heta, they play Lorenzo. And I think we know who's going to win that one, unless Hilario can pull something out the bag. And then UAE versus Kazakh at midday. That's UAE. They've changed the way they play. This is going to be a brilliant match against last year's finalist Kazakh. That's at midday. And then La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal at 3 against brilliant Tigers. Sujan Indian Tigers are playing phenomenally at the moment. So that's going to be an amazing match between Perotto and Jaisal Singh's side. So what a lineup. Park Place, Hechicera, UAE, Kazakh, and La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal, Sujan. And then Sunday, we've got Dubai versus Shoreline. Again, that'll be pretty good. That'll be a nice, strong match. And then Klinova Circular versus Ojo Caliente in the afternoon. So we have got such good polo over the weekend. I can't wait, John. There's some exciting matches there, and everyone getting to those final stages. What's the word on the street from Peter Wright?
So the word on the street is Alexandre Gores was going against the run of play, completely against the run of play, accidentally, completely. And then when Cruz turned back towards the way the play was going, because Alexandre was coming against it, he turned into him, so foul play by Alexandre Gores. It was dangerous, not on purpose. So penalty fought, no yellow card, but a penalty fought to Gaston.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Peter Wright, third man, and very nicely put. And yeah, unfortunate, not on purpose, completely by accident. One of those things, but could have been a lot worse. So, got to make sure we look after these ponies and look after these players. So, 60-yard penalty to Mr. Heggie. I've been doing that lately. I've been going for this slang of Mr. I don't know why that's suddenly started. Somebody called me Mr. Carl the other day, and I said, "Hello, Mr. Carl, how are you?" And I'm just like, maybe it's stuck in my head, Mr. Heggie, but I'm sure he doesn't want to be called Mr. Heggie. Cruz, here we go. Oh, it's got power. Oh, it comes off a stick, but it goes in. It deflects up a mallet through a stick and in off an Akasha. Nice, Cruz Heggie. Replay on that one would be brilliant. That'll show really. God, wow. It had some force. You wouldn't want to be stuck behind that one, John.
No, he's a big hitter, and that's for part of
it.
That's for Eduardo Heggie and him.
Yeah.
And that's what when he first came to the country. He was very young when he first started. I can't remember whether it was the Junior HPA or the Pony Club when he played there, but he came and he was been here for a long, long time. And it's great to see as he now takes it to the right-hand side, leaves the ball behind. And here now with Alexandre Gores. With the ball out to the left. Good play now by Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente out in front is Laborde. Laborde is always such a hard worker. Does a lot of unseen stuff off the players. It falls here now again for Heggie. Heggie takes it right, sends it out to the left-hand side, but against the Pony, the umpire's happy though. That distance was there and it's picked up again here by Cruz Heggie. Heggie takes it up right, sends it long down the ground, looking for Jean-Paul Luxic. Luxic now near side, lovely shot there. Jean-Paul Luxic, what a score that is. What a moment for Jean-Paul.
Well, he had that opportunity down the other end and he just couldn't quite finish it off, but they've been dying to get the ball to him and dying for him to have a run on it, and he does. Near side as well, cracking near side shot. Jean-Paul Luxic, brilliant, he'll be happy with that. The Gaston are now storming away. 11-5, they lead. Is that Chris Bethel that looks like he's stuck in a cage? Looks like he's in jail. It's not Chris Bethel, is it, on the other side in the scaffolding, or is it? He's just resting his leg on the scaffolding. If it is, it just, for a minute there, it looks like he was trapped in, I'm in a cage of emotion.
So sent up to the left-hand side for Ferrari. Ferrari with the cut shot near side, backhand volleyed out the air by Pablo McDonough. And this game is just becoming, we did wonder, like we said, how Akasha would they feel with it being hot out here and the running. They had a long Queen's Cup campaign, obviously winners of the subsidiary final. I think it was against Gaston that winners. So both these sides, they've had long campaigns and they can afford just to take it a little bit easier today as Gaston now take it out to the left-hand side. Running behind as Heggie comes in. Heggie with the drive over the top, tail backhand played by Laborde. First on the turn is going to be between Ferrari and Fernandez Llorente, being pushed back there. Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari, what a game that was. He played in with Ladolfina Jindal Steel against Ladchisera the other day.
That was a brilliant game. Really good. Adolfo, the GOAT, versus the nephew. That was a hell of a match, that. And it went down to the wire, went to overtime. And then it was Ned Hine that picked up a pass from Heta and just took them through. But it was close. It was that penalty that Adolfo got blown for. And then he said, no, listen. And then they said, no, it was. And they said, no, it was. Give the ball back to Heta. They took it. And very fair play from the GOAT. So here we go. That was unfortunate because I think Cruz's Heggie Pony just stalled a little bit on there, which didn't help that penalty there for him. But they've got a spot and they've taken it, and it is now a chance for Facundo to put something on the board. Can he get there in time?
Facundo Fernandez Llorente out in front. Lovely play, Facundo Fernandez Llorente. How he took away the stick of Beltran Laulé. That was a really nice little quick flick, and they needed it. It just keeps it honest for the last chucker.
Yeah, very good indeed. One more chucker to go. We hope you're enjoying this match. Thank you for tuning in where you can. Let's go to a couple of commercial breaks. We'll be back in a few moments. Great to see so many people here on the Stedham Field. On a Friday, everyone finishing work early. The sun is shining. We've got one more chucker to go, but Gaston look like they're going to take a win, a loss, and then one more win. So it'll be 2 wins and a loss for them if they carry on like this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back on the live stream. We are just seeing the horses getting ready, and there he is, Chris Heggie. We were just talking about him on the sidelines, on how talented he is, how he is really rapidly rising, and there's going to be a future 10-goaler right there. What do we think in time? Future 10-goal potential. Big game experience at such a young age. Like his father before him and grandfather before him. He's only 22, Cruz, but he does have such a mature head on his shoulders already. So one more chugger to go. Alcasha, they won 3 matches. This is their 4th. And then Gaston, they won against Gerangiri. They lost against Black Bears, but they're looking like they're going to win today against Alcasha. So Gaston, there's the momentum, firmly in the orange. Plenty of orange, not much green. Plenty of orange. Little bounce of green, and that would actually work well with the score. You can see it's sort of like little bouts, and that gives them sort of 6 goals, and then you can see the 11 goals is where all the momentum is, and they just has a lot in each chukker. There's been a few minutes of each chukker where Gaston have just dominated and slowly pulled away. We haven't been great on the penalties, Alcasha, either, so that hasn't helped, and Pablo missed a 60, and there's been a few little things where he's had the ball and everybody's just decided to come and get him. Now he's got away from them this time, but not for long.
Not for long, no. So coming out, and it's here with Fernandez Llorente. Fernandez Llorente, another quick goal now, and like we say, suddenly it is just getting a little bit closer again as it comes to the right-hand side. Lovely skill here by Fernandez Llorente. They are down, but I've seen, this is the sort of the most exciting I've seen Fernandez Llorente, the way he plays in front of goal today. Maybe it's another thing. We saw Fern Park kind of doing it the other day. Akasha trying a couple of different, a plan B maybe, getting Fernandez Llorente doing a bit more of a close-to-goal attack, and gives them another tool as they head towards the quarter-finals. Just 8 days away, my favourite weekend of the season at Calgary Park, the quarter-finals weekend, as it comes now with McDonough. McDonough leaves it now for Laborde. Laborde with the open backhand. They all come across, and it's brought away now by Gaston and Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari, behind them all sits Beltran Laule this time round. Has now just taken out the air once. Has a look out to the left-hand side. Now in comes McDonough. McDonough appeals for a foul in the corner. That sounded like a Heggie shout, as it's here now with Laule. Laule sends it long again. And up the front waiting, well, I should say up the back waiting, is Pablo McDonough. McDonough brings it round. Still time, 5 minutes in this game, and it really is. It's a beautiful evening at Stedham. These grounds, they're just such an asset for us to have back here. Thank you to all of the team at Calgary Park who've got these grounds back, and the team based here as well. We played on a couple of these grounds here as the tail backhand played by John Paul Luksic. Picked up now by Laule. Laule with the tail backhand, turning it round. Heggie, he is on the turn. And now with McDonough. McDonough spinning it round just to the left. Ooh, it looks like there might have been a hit to the hand.
Let's have a look at that on the replay, and we can see whether there's just been a little catch. So he spins round, he turns on that. Let's see what Peter Wright has to say about that one. Well, we hope you have enjoyed today's polo. Dubai took a very strong win over Ojo Caliente. And then Fern Park and Shoreline had a very tight game at Knoll Farm. We went live for both games this morning. And we had John at one and myself at another. And really good to get 2 big games out live for you guys. And we had a lot of people commenting they had both games going at the same time. One on one tablet and one on another, then that's commitment. So it just looked like Pablo got caught on the hand as he came through. Not Pablo Facundo, or was it Pablo? Verdict, so let's go. You've just been chanting to Peter Wright, so instead of me saying it, John, why don't you fill us all in?
Yeah, so it was a judge fair as we were looking at the instant replay as well. There was contact between was Ferrari and Pablo McDonough on the arm, but it was for horse, and it wasn't seen as reckless, so it's just going to be a throw-in. No clear possession, no foul play, just a bit of contact by the horse.
Bit of rubbing. Rubbing's racing, as they say in Days of Thunder. Good film. Do you know that's got to be, what, 20? Is that more than 20 years old now? Tom Cruise's Days of Racing, Days of Thunder.
I'm going to show my age here now, Carl.
You don't tell me you haven't seen Tom Cruise's Days of Thunder.
I've not seen Days of Thunder.
Oh, my Lord. No. People watching, how bad is John that he has not seen that? He needs to watch Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise. It's one of the best. It's Indy 500. Indy 500 racing, you never see it?
I'm more of a Justin Bieber era man.
I can't believe he just said that. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he does dress like Justin Bieber.
So, comes out left, inspiration to all men under 5'8" everywhere. It's Tom Cruise, I'll have you know. As it comes out now to the right-hand side with Cruise Heggie. Heggie now out to the left, takes it up towards the halfway line. Heggie up with speed. Going back with him is Laborde, but Heggie, lovely, smooth swing, but it just goes. You saw him opening it up, and I love these views we get when we are on ground level. You really see what the players are looking at and how they see it coming.
Yeah, it was really nice. I was just looking. I want to see the replay of it because you can just see that arm winding up and that lovely cut shot. But it's... Oh, yes, there is firmamintoracing.com.arg. If you want to discover more about racing, joining a syndicate involved in horse racing, would like to get more involved in the racehorse side or the owner side, then firmamintoracing.com.arg. Thank you so much for your support as well with the transmissions, because that helps us very much indeed. 11-6 it is here, and it does. We were just chatting, John and I. It is going to get a Gaston, but it will be 3 wins and then just 1 loss for Arcacha, which still keeps them in the running.
I see Beltran, as we do look for these 6th horses that come out. He's out there back on Michigan, who we mentioned earlier. We do encourage anybody, like we say, if you do know a bit about these horses and the breeding, we're looking to bring more and more of this information. Not just the names, we can get the names, but if you know more about them, more in-depth analysis, we'd love to bring it to the polo community here with Polo Line TV.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So, you know, a lot of people wouldn't know that this grey used to be Memo Grasida's, one of his best mares in 2013, and put on and played in the Open, and yeah, it's from Clarin at Atlantic and Elliston Horse, and yeah, it's just those little things are amazing because it is the true stars of the show, aren't they? And that's a lovely shot to goal, John, and they do get one. They'll take it to 7. That was Facundo Fernandez Charente. He just took it away from Beltran on Michigan and then fired it up, found a gap. Cruz wasn't dropping back. I think they got a bit caught short there. They were all looking at the ball. Nobody was deep, and he just saw an opportunity. 2 minutes 30. I mean, God, they get a couple of runners, and Pablo scores a few. They have a few penalties. They could bring it back to 10, 11, 10.
Yeah, they're going to need, you'd imagine, a penalty 1. And you'd say, that used to sound really bad to say because they were dangerous players. Penalty 1s these days are just a intentional foul preventing a goal. So I've said it a couple of times, and I'm wary of how it can sound. But, you know, it's very much something that does happen more often than it used to. So as they come now, and he does have a runner out in front of him. The instruction has to be pretty clear for Gaston. Don't go in too deep. Let them go, as it's here now with Fernandez Llorente looking for Laborde. Laborde on the near side over the top, and back now comes Laulay. Beltran Laulay really enjoyed his performance today.
Yeah, I think for me, MVP, I think he's had a cracking game.
And coming away is Gonzalo Ferrari. Ferrari.
Here comes Mr. Smooth. What did you call him, the Colonel?
No, I didn't call him. I was trying to find...
Composer.
Composer. Yeah, you didn't like Waiter, which I didn't think you would. I'm sure Pablo wouldn't either, as it came down to the right-hand side.
Composer's quite nice.
Yeah.
It's not strong enough, though, is it? Composer. Well, you say that, but a composer literally can look after 1 piece of instrument or a 50-piece orchestra.
But
so
do they carry trays of hot drinks, Carl? As it's here now with...
You've just got to take that as an analogy. They're not literally carrying drinks, aren't they?
Heggie.
I did see him out there with some mate, though. He should probably put that down. He could score more goals. That's the shot.
You're going to get a phone call wide to the right-hand side. The clock will tick down.
1 minute. Well done, Gaston. Well done. 1 minute, but they've done it. They won against Jen and Giddy 12-10. There was a close game against Black Bears, but they're strong Black Bears. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do in the tournament. They actually led 58% of the Black Bears game. They actually had the winning half, but they just couldn't quite get it against Black Bears. But they've done a really good job today. It's been tidy polo. What a fun match as well, John.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable. It's been another good day of polo, and like you say, we're back 11, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Loads of stuff to enjoy as it's here now with McDonough. McDonough hooked out of it, spinning round in front of Lau Lei. McDonough with the shot towards the goal. Back goes Lau Lei. Cleared it off the line. In now comes Laborde. Laborde meets it. The umpires still say play on. Lau Lei coming in. They're all doing all they can. And I think actually Gaston might have thought, we don't want to give away a penalty one here. Let's make sure it goes through.
That was a little bit on the... well done, Santi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the end of this match. Well done to Gaston. They come in with a 2-win, 1 loss with 1 more match to go. That's a 2-win, 1 loss with 1 more match to go. And Arcacha have 3 wins and 1 loss. We'll have a look at the league table in a second. We'll get the producers to stick it on and we'll see where it jumps. Is it Tom Cruise's birthday today? Well, there you go. We were talking about Tom Cruise and Days of Thunder. John, that's an inspiration. What are you doing tonight? You said you were going to go home tonight and have a good night in. So if you're having a good night in, get Days of Thunder on and a nice glass of rosé and watch it. Honestly, you'll love it. It's one of the best movies out there. Okay, let's stop talking about Days of Thunder. But happy birthday, Tom Cruise, if you're listening. I wonder if he's watching. I mean, he gets involved with everything, John, doesn't he? He does his own stunts. Can you imagine a polo movie with Tom Cruise? He'd commit to it, wouldn't he? You could double him. You said.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, you said about height. You could double him. Here we go. Congratulations. Thank you, umpires. I know we're having a bit of fun here, but that's what it's all about. These two teams have had a great fun. We've concentrated on the polo. They're happy. We're happy. And it's what it's all about. MVP is. There he is. Is that MVP? Cantering around. Is it going to be? It is. Of course it is.
He deserved it.
He deserved it.
He definitely did.
100% MVP, and he's doing a little lap of honour. I think this horse didn't get enough run out, so he's doing a little bit of cantering around just to get it opening up and having a little bit of a workout. But well done, Beltran Lau Lei. We talked to Gaston earlier. He's got some cracking ponies. We had some extra ones coming in there. The Oriental Michigan, Chivas Ofredita, Chivas Regal, a couple of Memo Gracida mares. And, he's just giving that horse a bit of a workup before the next match. Well done, Gaston. Thank you, Gonza Ferrari, for filling in instead of Pelon. Congratulations to that beautiful near side from Jean-Paul Luxic, who's fantastic. And Cruz Heggie stuck a bit more at the back today. He didn't get involved as much, but I think that was needed because of Pablo Madonna's thing. There we go. Let's have a look at the 11-8 stats now. Pretty much similar. Fouls, 10-6. Penalties, 7-10. 7 to Gaston, 10 to Arcacha. They led for 85% of the time. That's an interesting stat. They won a lot more throw-ins, Gaston. They had a lot at half-time, and they carried on winning those throw-ins. So that is an interesting one there. That kind of tallies up for what the final score is. Got to be happy with that, Jean-Paul. You had nearly hit the goal on one end, and then you had a lovely feed and near side of the other. There is the momentum. It's looking good. Heartbeat is looking good. Pretty cool. Green, little flashes of green when they had little moments here and there.
Gaston.
Yeah.
That is there. Gaston Lau Lei.
Yeah, there he is.
Thank you, Gaston, for the information.
Yeah, he's always good with that, isn't he? John sends us such lovely little nuggets. And if you do, like John said, if you have any more nuggets like that, please do send them to myself or John or even put them on the screen and send them in on comments because it's so good for other people to see as well. And you might recognize a horse. You might recognize a horse. You might recognize a team. So many people here at Stedham, honestly. Tailgating. And there's tailgating. I mean, it feels like a little quarter-final here. There's so many people here, semi-finals. We're shooting the other way today. We're going across the pitch because the sun would have been directly in the camera's eye. So we're actually on the different side of the field here today. That was a nice little goal. Came right out from out far. This was Pablo's. This was nice. This is the cut shot. Look at that. Cut shot through. He was going out. He was headed for his tent. Beautiful. That was in the second chukker, I think, that one. This was the dancing around from Facu. Fernandez Llorente just got ahead. So when they had those little moments, they finished well, but they had to get the ball either very, very close to goal, or Pablo had to shoot very far out. There wasn't anything really midfield. 11-8, 1 on Gaston. Let's have a look at the league table. I want to see what happens if it moves. Everyone, I bet you're dying to see this table move. Bring it up, Marinito. Let's see. As it stands, moving up. Black Bears at the top. Arcacha in second. And Gaston in third. Now, they kind of knew that Arcacha, so they weren't going all guns blazing, but would have been nice to win, but at the same time, get the horses out, give them a run, get them ready for the next game. So Gaston are in third with 4 points, Arcacha 6, and so is Black Bears. They're definitely going through. So there's your top 3. Pretty strong. Signet, Segavas, White Crane, Joe, and Julian Valhalla. Just a little bit further down the table, unfortunately. Thank you so much from John Kent and myself, Carlin Martinez. John, go back and watch Days of Thunder, and we will see you all tomorrow, 11, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. Stay classy, Cowdrey.